Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we will be discussing about the differences between ideal fluid and real fluid. So ideal fluid and real fluid. Ideal fluid does not exist in reality. Actually the real fluid is the one that exists. We have certain assumptions that we make for a fluid to call it as ideal fluid. That includes that there is no viscosity in that. Viscosity is zero and resistance to flow is zero. However, in real fluid there is some resistance to the flow, that is known as viscosity, and that is non-zero. And second thing, we assume that the surface tension does not act on this ideal fluid, that is surface tension is zero, but actually some surface tension is always there. Surface tension is not zero. And the third thing, what we assume, that it is completely incompressible or its bulk modulus is infinite, but actually there is some finite value of bulk modulus, so it has some compressibility. Fluid always has some compressibility. Then if we talk about the velocity profile of ideal fluid, suppose this is the bed, so the flow profile will be in this form, that the velocity will not change with depth, velocity will remain constant, v, with depth. So here the velocity remains constant, we assume that velocity is constant, so the change in velocity with depth is zero, or the velocity is constant with depth. But in real fluid, when the real fluid flows, due to the boundary conditions, the flow profile is velocity profile is just like this, where velocity is low at near the bed or the boundary and higher above. So there is some change in the velocity. Velocity is not constant with depth, that is del v upon del h is not equal to 0. These are the differences that exist between real and ideal fluid, but still we study this ideal fluid in a special branch known as classical hydrodynamics. Why? Because these assumptions which we make in the case of ideal fluid simplify our equations. Some equations that just like we have discussed in the case of Reynolds number, explanation of Reynolds number, if we don't assume these assumptions, we don't consider these assumptions, then the mathematical formulations of those equations will not yield a reliable solution. So in that case we assume these, we take the help of these assumptions and simplify our equations to obtain a mathematical solution for the problem. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe to the channel.